It's the NFL on EA Sports, where London will play host to a different kind of football. It's the Chargers and the reigning Super Bowl champs. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England.
Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at the Londoners as they get ready here. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway here in London.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Throwing to start the drive. Bryant flushed out right. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Out of the gun now on third down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Off play action. Bryant rolling to his right. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. All that for a 2-yard gain. Second down.
But you talk about the defense for these Chargers.
They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw again.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
A first carry now. This is Williams. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
2nd and 9 now. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. And I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Douglas. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Bryant. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown! A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. His first career touchdown pass, and it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Chargers offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their 2nd possession. And he's been a consistent force offensively all season. Currently ranked amongst the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. Incomplete.
When you look at this defense,
it's quite a unit. #1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And that is incomplete. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 20.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
He finds his man, complete. That's Bailey. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Off the play fake, Bryant.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Bryant. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's caught. Touchdown. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Dragons are able to add on to that lead.
Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. So that drive in total 8 plays.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. L.A. set to take over again on offense.
Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Burton. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers' first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
17-0 our score after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. Up the middle they go. It's Burton, and he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
First down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Throw left side complete. That's Schneider. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other, taking it right down Broadway. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. L.A. readies for its next possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Dragons offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half.
The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Second and 10.
It leads to second and 10.
Back to throw. Bryant. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Balin. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Here's second and 7.
Brings up second and 7.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Here's second and 10.
Looking to throw. Bryant.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
Back to throw. Bryant. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
On fourth down, Bryant flush to his right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
The Chargers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Off play action. Bryant. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Looking to throw. Bryant. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
The production sensational here early on. That last catch going to put him up over 100 yards receiving already in this first half of play. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Bailey. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Bryant, quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Dragons continue to pull away here in this first half.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
And the Chargers coming out on the field now.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Burton, and he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. On is the Chargers punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout, as it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Saints who are out in front. The Saints trying to hold on and claim victory. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head to Carolina to check on the Panthers. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. 23-13, the final score. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles want to throw their hat in the ring as Super Bowl contenders as they up their mark to 8-4 on the year. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Chargers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And they love to find different ways to get in the football. We know that. And you can see he comes into this week second in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. The Charger drive about to get going. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with...
into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, if they score here, this one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory. Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dragons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They'll set up a throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down,
now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw right side, complete to Williams. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now a give up the middle to Williams. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
7th play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Schneider. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
He'll look to throw. Pass incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Chargers are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Point after, right down the middle. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Dragons offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
Throwing to start the drive. Bryant. He finds his man, complete. It's Bailey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's a give up the middle.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Bryant throwing the out route incomplete. It's Douglas. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
That is caught. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 8.
Off the play fake. Bryant. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Off play action. Bryant. And that will be incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. They begin the drive with Williams. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. 33 yards.
And the Chargers get a bit closer.
Extra point right down. And the lead is down to 24. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this 3rd quarter.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Bryant fighting through pressure, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Off the play fake. Bryant.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Able to push his way through. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First down 10 at the 40-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards. Second down.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The offense on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 6. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. You can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
First down, Los Angeles.
They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Schneider. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Now back to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. On third down, here's Williams. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. There he goes, right side. Touchdown! A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dragons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. Now the ball comes loose.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
The Dragons offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And able to get this to the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll get this one to about yard line. of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. And it's second down. They'll try the left side. Randall. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On third down, Randall.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for them all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
On is the Chargers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3.
London about set to take over on offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that's caught inside the 30. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Londoners, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings.